kicking things off with our first player, who's the number 1 rated interior offensive lineman per 247 Sports, Alex Birchmeier from Broad Run High School in Ashburn, Virginia, 6'5", 285, currently committed to Penn State, as Penn State continues to dominate the recruiting trail in Virginia. Not a lot of Virginia schools getting any of those Virginia recruits. Guys, elite wrestler, won a state title as a sophomore as a wrestler. Big, aggressive player. One thing that stood out to me the most right off the bat, we talked last week about the run blocking and the importance of it, and tends to be a focus in these high school offenses, running the football, and Birchmeier fits that description for a high school recruit. Latches on, and he just goes. Finisher. But the run blocking, that shined to me when I was watching his tape. Ryan, I want to head to you first on this first prospect. What did you think of Birchmeier?
Yeah, I think a couple of things that you already talked about, Joe, is what, was kind of on the forefront of my mind, right? And it makes sense that he has the wrestling background, because I think he does a really nice job of establishing clean leverage, and he has really strong hands. Like, he has those vice grips when he gets inside position. It's just kind of over on the reps on his level. Now, obviously, that'll get a little tougher on the next level as guys are bigger and more athletic. But on the level right now, I mean, as soon as he gets inside position, it's over. And when you kind of look and break it down, Joe, like 6'5", 285, he's got a nice frame, especially moving on the interior. He's going to have good length on the inside. He's going to have a clean body, plenty to fill out. He's a good overall athlete for the position as well. So, like, when you're just kind of I feel like Birchmeier is a guy that's going to check a lot of boxes for college coaches, right? They're going to be like, is he elite in any area? Maybe not, but he just kind of hits everything, right? Like, he has good length. He has a good body. He's going to hold a good amount of weight. He's going to be a good mover from the guard position. I think he can work in gap schemes. I think he can work in inside zone schemes. Like, anything that you really want Birchmeier to do, I think he can on the next level, which makes him just a really good all-around football player, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, to add to that, I think you're absolutely right, Ryan. I think you're hitting all the points and exactly why Penn State has so much interest in him. The first note that I made when I was watching his film was just mean. The dude is mean, and I love the fact that there is just multiple plays where you could see that he is basically out of the screen blocking his guy all the way to the bench, like it's, old school, like in a movie or something. And, it's to the whistle every time, which I love, because those are things that are just, it comes natural to him, and you got to be excited about a guy like that probably pushes the envelope a little bit as far as it being a little too much. But at the same time, that nastiness at the offensive line position is so extremely important, especially in the Big Ten. The other aspect that I really enjoyed too, when you watch his film, and you go back to certain games throughout his career, he's gotten experience at 4 different positions. You see him at left tackle, left guard, and right tackle. And I think that is experience that will help him in that next level of adjusting and getting ready, because like you said, he has great leg drive. He moves well. He finishes blocks. His vision is good. He knows how to get to the second level and help double teams and that thing. My one issue with him is I just think that he ducks his head just a little bit too much on certain blocks, but I think that's him just trying to, run people over. But at that next level, he's not going to really have that ability to do that because people are going to be a little bit slicker against him. But overall, I thought he was a really impressive football player, and Penn State's getting a good one.
Yeah, and I think with Birchmeier, you're talking about, playing a little high, sometimes lunging a little bit. And that happens a lot with these younger guys where they haven't developed their flexibility that they're going to get at the next level. And it just takes a little bit calming down in terms of not trying to lead with their head too much, like you're talking about, Matt. But I think with a lot of these guys, and we're going to talk about some other guys who do it really, really well, it's really important for these guards, I think, to show an ability to make plays at the second level, to get down to linebackers, to even safeties. And Birchmeier really showed that. And more important than tackles even. And he was playing a tackle and showing a lot of clips where he was getting downfield and he was chasing down after linebackers. But that ability to track guys at the second level is even more important for guards, depending on the fronts that you're going up against, because you're going to be scraping, you're going to be picking guys up, you're going to be doing duo blocks and then working your way to the second level. And
look at you, Joe. Yeah, man.
I might have been a long snapper. I know my stuff.
Right, yeah.
But regardless, that stuff's really important for guards. You need to be able to see guys that have that ability to not just pop guys at the line of scrimmage and then get stuck in the mud. They need to start moving and getting downfield if the play is progressing that way.
Yeah, and that's where you see his vision come into play, right? Is that ability where he is working a double team, and then he actually does have the ability to separate his head, from his body, where he has contact to the left, and then look to the backer that's coming to him from the opposite side. And that's something that is innate in him. You could see, which he can develop even more so at the next level.
It's especially important in today's game where, I mean, every team is running inside outside zone. You mentioned duo as well, Joe. I mean, the principles are the same, right? Like their combo blocks up to the second level. Guards have to be able to work that way. And then you talk about the space game and the passing game now. I mean, the screen game is so important, whether that is a wide receiver screen, whether that is a running back screen, tight end screens, all over the place. So ability to work to the second and third level, even sometimes for guards and just offensive linemen in general, is very important. And I think Birchmeier has more than enough foot mobility to be an asset in that area.